So we were talking about improving the black community, and now somehow we end up going back
into religion.
Two black people talking about religion.
No. The reason is no.
And getting distracted from focusing on what we can do today.
No. But
get rid of the issues that are
that's
you're talking about colorism and how certain black people are being raised above others, or the issues within that. There's also talking about how there's an issue between black men and black women. We could discuss
content over everything.
that without going into religion.
Yeah, but this is what I'm explaining to him, that he's already got the tools. So the tools that he uses is able to, for us to able to do business without bringing in the religion of what he believes in.
For sure, I agree with
and by that way, you've bettered your mind in that, okay, this is what I follow and this is what I am, but I'm trying to empower our people in a certain way so that we can move forward.
Okay, cool. So you're trying to find the tools to do that.
Yeah, so I'm saying it's your tools.
I think we've got the tools to do it.
I've got my tools because I don't have a religion like that. So you've got your tools, so then you apply the tools without even just calling his name.
Yeah, forget about his name.
Because remember,
his name needs to be honoured.
No.
We know that.
You can
We
honour
know that.
that.
But what we're saying,
But what I'm saying is, on the table,
yeah.
you see, like, as I said to you, between Queen Elizabeth and the Moroccan king at that time, right? Because if you look, go and check up the Burberry company. Go and check up the Burberry company. The royal seal, their Christianity. They put a seal on the Christianity, but the Muslim had to agree because it was a form of a treaty of understanding, so that the British could actually come in to Morocco and feel free, because at that time, if a white man came into Morocco or any of them lands, they could be treated as a slave.
That's right.
So they had to have a form of a treaty and an agreement. So they did not have a religion or say I'm from Islam or I'm from Christianity. It was a business deal between two people.
But as soon as you do that, you split yourselves again.
You understand? So what you do, when you go home, you do your religion.
That's right.
When you come to the table, you have your negotiations and done. It's for us to able to move. This is how we do trade.
And then we can move forward.
And when you look at the three dominant empires of Africa, of West Africa, Mali, Songhai, and Ghana, well, other than Ghana, which wasn't actually Islamic, but the two Islamic kingdoms, they had treaties with other areas around Africa. They didn't go around insisting that other Africans had to convert to Islam.
And look at Nigeria, for instance. Nigeria is a big example. How many religions are there, and how many, and they still have to work together, regardless.
Of course, I agree with that. That's the whole point.
So, but when you hear them going into the politics, you don't hear them call that name. You know, I hear none of them.
That's the thing. That's what I think the problem is. See, if you called in the name,
that's your personal.
No. I'm not talking about religion. I'm talking about the honouring Allah.
Yeah, but
that's your personal preference.
As soon as you mention the Most High, Allah, God, any form of name that has to do with religion,
in the political stances,
immediately I'm in disagreement with you.
So hold on. If I start coming to your meetings, right, and start talking about Christianity, how would you feel?
Now,
you'd shut man down.
Wait. The reason why is because I believe my religion is the truth.
Yes, exactly.
Pause. Wait. Okay, not just believe, I know it. Now wait.
You know it.
Wait.
You know it's a fact. 100%.
We paused it before you did the pause.
We did pause it. So you
know
know
the pause.
it's Islam.
I know it's hard.
Yeah, but you're saying you know that Islam is 100%.
It's 100%.
Not to me.
Alright, cool, that's to you because you're not Muslim.
No, it's got nothing to do with that. It's got nothing to do with
Wait,
that.
look, this is what I'm trying to say.
But how can you say he's not a Muslim? Muslim means to submit yourself to God. How do you know he doesn't do that?
That's fair.
So you can't say you're not a Muslim.
No, but all I'm just saying is,
are you Muslim?
Let's get back to this. Let's get back to this.
Okay, let's go around in circles. I just knew it.
Let's just go into the backs of black empowerment.
Yeah,
right?
black empowerment.
Yeah. What I'm trying to explain is even when you have the African United Nations, do you ever hear them talk about any form of religion?
And that's why it don't work.
Who told you it doesn't work?
That's why it don't work.
But who told you it doesn't work? It may not work for you, but it might not work for someone else.
Religion is proven. Hold on 1 second, brother. Religion is proven. Religion is proven to divide us.
But what I'm saying is,
it is proven that doesn't work. Why? Because you're still trying to bring people to it today.
Okay.
Nobody can come to that 100% thing saying, bam, that's what it is,
what
so
I'm
we're
trying
all
to
going
say
to follow that. So
but
there's always a division.
In every meeting and in every negotiation, there's a winner and there's a loser. Regardless, whatever you do. So
I say there's a winner and a learner.
Yeah. But some people learn. But at the end of the day, the negotiations still go on, regardless. So what we're trying to say is to able to empower ourselves is to come to the table, negotiate what we can move forward, and then if we're successful in it, then you can bring your preference if you like. But that's your own personal opinion. Because at the end of the temple,
that's fair. That's
what I'm saying.
Because at the end of the day, regardless of what you're gonna do, it's gonna create a headache if you bring that into the situation. Because I'm gonna take it offensive if I don't believe what you believe.
Right, straight away.
Because you're defining what it's a belief, isn't it? Right? It might be true, but you really say it's a belief because you can't actually tangibly prove it.
You cannot.
And that's where the confusion comes in. Because the same conviction you have for your belief, next one's can have the one for their belief.
Then what happens when you try to bring it to the table later? You could come to the table.
No,
later,
I'm talking about
like
this.
you said, then you could try and bring the religion later.
No, that's what he said you can do.
No, but it was.
That's what he
That's his own opinion.
The thing is,
It's still an opinion.
No. What I'm saying is,
Listen, black people are compromised people. And I was before, hold on, family.
Yeah.
1 second.
One voice, one order.
That agreement because of the non-religion and someone.
This is the answer to your question.
Wait, brother, wait.
what I'm saying is,
Let's get to that stage. Here's what it is, yeah? Black people are compromised people.
You see my
because
point?
I hear what you say, family. Well, here's what it is, right? We're the only people that... Bruv, there's camera here, innit?
Hey, yo.
There's a camera here, innit? Touch each other calmly. Alright, thank you.
See my point?
Let's go.
I'm trying to ask, what happens when you bring the religion in later?
Yeah, wait,
after
no,
you
you heard the question,
then
you heard the
religion
question.
comes in.
Here's what it is,
Got the
right?
question.
We're compromised people. There's no other people group that talk about religion this kind of way, right? Every other people group can come together and do what they're doing. Alright, can come together. And what I'm saying is, I think because we are so low self-esteem, we're so compromised that when we get together, the first thing we bring up is religion. Yeah, because now, no disrespect, religion takes a lot to actually learn, but it's the easiest thing to succumb to. For example, when people come to attack us, we could either come together and get the backs, or we could say, let's pray. Yeah, you know what I'm saying is one of them takes more of an effort. Yeah, I'm saying black people, let's pick up the bats, and then when you've beaten them, then pray.
Islam will teach you pray and get the back.
Yeah, for sure. I get that.
but then, would you? Why would you get the bat and pray at the same time? Because your heart might not be great.
What?
Your heart may not be that good.
What do you mean?
If you're gonna pray and have the bat at the same time.
No. Because
So wouldn't you have
law
before or
retaliation?
after?
Law of retaliation. If someone attacks you,
Because you've mentioned Islam, right? And Islam is beautiful. But the truth of the matter is, no other people group outside of black people talk the way you talk, from what I've noticed. Yeah? It seems that whenever black people come together, they're really pushing this religion thing, but other people don't do it. Now, the only reason I see them doing this, black people, is because we have such a low collective self-esteem that this is the answer. I've seen it in the Christian collective, in the Islamic collective, it's like we're so trodden that all we can do is look for a solution outside of ourselves.
That's right.
Yeah?
That's
now,
right.
I'm not saying you're not going to be grinding this, but no other people could do it the same way the black collective do.
And like me, so I'm Muslim myself, like I said to you, brother. I'm a Pan-Africanist, and that's what I focus on. Especially when I come here, I don't come here to talk religion, because I don't believe I'm going to get to convert all of these people here into any religion. But I believe what needs to happen immediately is black people need to reclaim Africa and uplift ourselves as Africans. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I believe we can do that all without being religious. And I also believe, if you look into our history of Islam within Africa, we had a thing called the Manding Julop, which were African Muslims in the Mali Empire and Songhai Empire. They went around and they taught literacy, and they helped people. They were tradesmen and they were helpers. And people converted to Islam because of the manners and the way those people acted.
Civilizers.
Not
They were the
because they were
civilizers.
going around trying to force people into Islam. So I'm saying
But
everyone
that's why I say
over
it's
time.
sometimes it's best to become the shining star. Because
Exactly,
if you're the
that's it.
shining star
That's what
and
we
you're
have to be.
showing the greatness,
That's what
then
we have to
people
be.
will see you and come and naturally and come and see
100%.
what you're actually.
That's it.
But if you are trying to put something
Yeah,
on
an
someone
enforcer,
with someone
if you're an
total,
enforcer,
Especially
you're
when they say no
forcing something
once
on me.
and you keep trying to do
Exactly.
it,
Yeah.
you're only pushing them further
You're
and
gonna
further away.
the natural thing is to rebel.
Live your
So
truth.
Point or another, you're gonna have to split ways because he's gonna either adopt what you're doing, or you're gonna have to adopt what he's doing.
In what sense? In what
Because
sense?
he's religious, and
Doesn't
you're gonna
matter.
be going Pan-Africanist.
no, that doesn't
No,
matter.
no, no,
We
no.
can all come together as a nation. It doesn't matter what you believe
See
in.
what Pan-African does.
At one point or another, if you're always going to be sitting on the table, someone has to lead. Somebody has to lead. If you see part of Africa, why some parts are
Okay, then
Muslim
let me
and
ask you.
other parts are
Let me ask you a
not?
question. How did Marcus Garvey lead?
How did he lead?
How did he lead?
He led from a different.
And how many groups were in his group? And how many groups were there? They had all different religions
All different
within
religions
one
in the
house.
same thing.
Yeah, and they had
possible.
a round
It's possible.
table. They had a round table
It's
which they
communication.
negotiated.
Okay,
Communication's the key.
I think for me,
And
if it's on an African kit, if it's Africans alone, inside Africa, this idea what you're talking about can work. But if
And
it's coming from outside, it can't work.
But you see, and I'll give you.
Who do we need to kick out?
And I'll give you.
There's other groups that might
hold
be
on.
Muslims or whatever that might be from another.
Let me explain something as well.
Let me make
Even before Marcus Garvey, because Marcus Garvey wasn't complete. There's another guy.
No way, man will see me again, so yeah. Bless us.
Yeah, there's another group which there's a man called Prince Hall. Yeah, Prince Hall is one that came from the United States, galvanized his own people, came to Sierra Leone. It's only because of the Europeans suffered them from trading that a lot of them died. And this is in Sierra Leone and in Liberia. And it actually formatedly worked. This is where Marcus Garvey mentions it out of his own mouth, where the ideology has come from.
But currently, at one point or another, somehow there was a disruption. Because
Garveyism is the way forward.
Yeah, it was working because of the European incentives.
So you're going to have to find out what was
the European incentive.
What happened with Marcus Garvey's movement? Well, we know quite often.
It's the European incentive. As I don't like going there, but as in the form of a white supremacy that destroyed it, regardless.
So you're going to have to be real to the fact that if we're sitting on the table, if you're saying you're African, then you're able to fix the problem of Africa. But if you're planning to say religion is going to come into the table.
Do you know what will make it completely work? If the African diaspora works with the African people. Done.
That's it.
Just use each other.
That's it.
Done.
And
We as African diaspora know all. We know who our enemies are. Yeah? We can teach our own people back home. So then if we both come together, Africa has got the resources and we've got the capability to make the manufacturing goods. Done.
I think religion is not a problem because the only reason why it's a problem is because you can't. If two people are sitting in a table where one understands religion very differently. So if you even talk in languages, if I go back to Africa and you're speaking a certain language, it's very different.
But I guarantee you, the people in Africa, if I brought out money like this both on the table, what would they say to me then?
Speak that language.
Exactly. They won't even bring religion into it.
But then you go back to the drawing board. Which is that somebody can come and manipulate you.
No, I'm talking about. Okay. No. I'm just using it as an example. Remember in Sierra Leone right now, they've got golds and diamonds. They would rather sell it to our own people. But the problem is our own people don't have the money to buy in it. So who are you going to sell it to?
No, but then that's what I'm saying, because you've already made it.
Exactly. But then we can make it as a collective. If we work today, there's 10 of us, then turn into 20, 30, 40. Let's imagine there's 50 of us working very well, making a certain amount of money. We can go back home and say, you know what, here's money we put together. We want to buy this land and we want to do this business. They ain't going to refuse us.
Well, but me, I'll say to you again, if you're talking about money is something that they've created for you to use.
No. But you have to start somewhere.
Currencies in Africa before they
It's a cause of transfer. It's trade.
Politically right now, we are under a global system. We're saying we're going to use the tools.
So I'm going to bring my 4 hands. That's why they throw us out of Parliament.
So at some point we can introduce a different system. But what we're saying, we're not talking about burning down this entire system or fighting against the entire system. We're acknowledging we can actually use this system.
If I'm on the table and I'm saying to you, no, I don't want that system, you're trying to tell me, no, we have to go through that system.
And then I'm saying
We need to have an understanding. Let's get black people. What is the solution?
Okay, from my perspective, I think for me is that currency has to go. Currency has to go.
So what you're going to bring is you're going to bring a new currency. Okay, so we've got a position for you. Yeah. So we're going to come together and you're going to introduce a new currency. There you go.
No currency.
Okay.
No currency. So how are we going to trade?
You need a form of currency.
Wait. How are we going to trade?
From what I have to what you have.
With who?
Okay, one second.
Wherever you are in Africa. You see what I mean? The only problem that you would have is because you're so under the program of how we've been living for so long.
I can't agree with that, man.
That's true. You understand what do Nigeria do with the oil right now?
Yeah.
They exploit their oil to get refined and then import it back in. Okay. So if you want to enjoy, but then so once again, if you want to trade with Nigeria for actual oil, we have to build a refinery in Africa first. How are you going to build a refinery in Africa?
So are you asking me?
Yeah.
So from my perspective, again, that's because I was telling you about mine. Yeah? again, you're working on a day program. Do you understand? Because right now, there's an African guy that actually is sorted out, he's got a car without no petrol.
Yeah.
No petrol.
But
then you
but-
telling me about...
Hold up. Who funded him?
Okay, thank you. There we go.
Who's funded him?
Okay then.
Went to America
Okay.
today.
And they took it off Tesla's visa. Sure.
It goes back to that money. You can't avoid it. For
Always
now.
goes back.
Obviously, you can afford a certain amount of money to buy your resources.
You need a form of material, innit? If it's gold or if it's fruit, something,
The man ain't gonna
something
give
to
you.
trade with.
The man ain't gonna say, yeah, here's some mangoes, give me some gold.
So we go, you know what? We need to go to the moon. Because at the moon, they're not going to press us. Okay, you know what? We might be able to go to the moon, but I'm saying before we get there, let's build a rocket, let's get together. Let's go, it's the moon and move on.
It's team effort. You need the money to do the team effort.
Collective, not individually. You might be superior. You are someone who's thinking right, but if we're not collectively thinking right, we'll all fail.
I agree. So that's why I said on the table, I think to come to that particular thing to what we're talking about, to have our freedom, I think we need to get away, we need to get rid of thinking. Like the program, not thinking that.
Right, we need that.
No,
We've done that for too long.
I'm not saying that.
No, we've done that for too long.
Religion done that for us.
Jumping on that conversation, you're not actually thinking or seeing that we're actually saying pretty much the same thing. We want to get to a point where we create a new system. What we're saying is, right now we're in this system. While we're in this system, we're in Africa, they have, they don't have the technological advantages that we have over here. We're saying we need to build up first. And in building up, develop our counter ideology and system, which we will implement at that point. We can't implement it just like that. It doesn't work just like that. You might want to burn down the system, but it's not going to happen
I'm trying to explain to you that the programming, you see if you're here, if I take you to any part of Africa and you're speaking to an African man, yeah, I'm guaranteeing you,
I go to America and we fund them
I'm saying to you, if you're just on a conversation, they're living different to you. You need to understand. So,
But back to my philosophy. I believe when it comes to trade, there's three waves, yeah? Three types of people. You have the first wave, that's the people who come up with the idea, right? The second wave is the people who hear it and agree with it, and they try to implement it to spread, right? The third wave is people, they do it anyway because the whole scene has changed. Does that make sense, yeah? So right now, we live the way we live because the second wave has changed how we think, yeah? So what we're trying to do is be that first wave and second wave, so we can make the third wave just make decisions. That's it, yeah? So if you go on and say that, no matter, because if we start introducing food, shelter, clothing, then people will gravitate towards the food, shelter, clothes, because, you know what I mean? That's how life works, yeah? So for me, it's just intellectual circular talking, but really tangible steps. Remember, the most important thing you can get from me is tangible steps. 1, 2, 3. Now you said that. That's a good question. Well,
We've been talking about that.
there we go.
because I just told him how you are thinking as a programmed guy again now, as a man. If you think it's when you go to Africa, you're speaking to an African man, if I take you to another place, it's a completely different conversation you're having.
Very true.
So when you're saying
No, let me finish.
You have to just find the understanding that you both need, bro.
should I tell you what I'm saying?
A lot of Africans are Pan-Africanists.
I know.
A lot of Africans are
Caribbean.
God.
If you go to the Caribbean from here,
Yeah.
and you speak to Caribbean people over there,
Yeah.
how you would talk as a guy from Britain
Yeah.
today is a little bit different.
Yeah.
They'll see you're
But I can still communicate with
I'm
them.
not saying that you're not communicating.
Yeah.
But if you stay there a year,
Yeah.
2 years,
Yeah.
and you come back here, you can see the two differences.
I can see the difference in the 2 weeks.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. So if you're sitting on the
Brother, what's your name? So I can read it. H. Brother H. It's like this, right? There will be a new dance in America, right? Within 2 days, that new dance is infiltrated Nigeria, Ethiopia, England, Peru. Yeah. Now everyone knows they can't speak the same language, but they're in a new dance, right? So the second wave has now influenced the third wave. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, whatever people think, it doesn't matter. When you get people together, the constructive view,
Influences.
yeah, to push influences, the third wave will do it. They won't even know they're doing it. They won't even know they're doing
Okay,
it.
shall I tell you? You see, that's your point of view, and that's how you understand it.
That's
I
truth,
respect
man.
that.
Look at the hip hop.
Let H talk. Let H talk.
I'm not saying to him that
H,
it's not true.
give us
You
your
understand?
opinion.
I understand what he's saying.
But do you agree with it?
Doesn't matter. He doesn't need to.
Okay, cool.
I get it. I'm not saying that that's not right. But what I do, what I would say to you is, the world that you're living in doesn't work as such. There's some people that like to live quite differently. Do you understand?
Well, they won't be
If you-
included.
if you're
Hey,
living,
the answer is they won't be included. See,
I won't be. But then this is what we got as a problem because you got one
Nah,
that's telling you why.
You leave them in Europe and
I
America.
don't know what that is. I don't know what
I'm telling you about to sit on the table.
Nah, hey,
We're put on a table here, yeah? Me and Raven agree on black betterment and build up black community, yeah? So we're at this table. We're saying we're going to meet another African somewhere who doesn't agree with that.
And shall I tell you why? Shall I tell you why?
So why would we invite them to the table on black betterment if they don't
The
agree with
guy still
black
believes
betterment?
that he's black.
Does he agree with black betterment?
Obama believes he's black.
Does he agree with black betterment? That's the ideology I'm talking about. I can say to you, I'm an Arab, I'm not Arab.
The conversation that I came in.
The ideology we're talking about. The ideology we're talking about here is about black betterment.
my,
I'm not saying to you that.
now, hey, my goal is to give you answers. The term is black.
We're looking for excuses instead of trying to do it.
We're going in circle. So the answer is they wouldn't be welcome to the table. And you know how power works. I'm a billionaire. He's a homeless person.
So, but then,
You know, unless he's got some good philosophy, he's not at the table.
okay, but then what?
It's sad, that's right. And with my billions, I will affect millions.
That's how the world works. But people that can have the power to say how things are going to go. You understand?
That's how the world works right now.
Hold on, family.
That's what the elect are doing to us.
Remember,
That's what the elect are actually doing to us right now.
here's the answer to your question. Hey,
And it's a successful formula.
hey, here's the answer to the question.
Yeah, but we can do it positively. We don't have to do it negatively.
Hey, what I'm saying is, the thing is, with black people, we live in a fancy world where it's like everything is good. Like, why can't we come here and hug each other for 14 hours? That's nice, right? You do that. You never know how that works, right? But the thing is, we have to get a select few who actually know what time it is, right? And this universalism kind of talk doesn't necessarily work. How do you know? Because we're still at the bottom. So someone has to make a choice. And what happens when someone makes a choice and they start getting up there? That's when everyone has an opinion. So I look at that, you know what I mean? My goal is to make sure when we get up there, we still remember in the collective. So as a person who identifies as an African or a black person, you will always be welcome to anything we're doing that's for the collective betterment. But if you start coming with confusion, then you can do your confusion elsewhere. But if it's going to dismantle betterment, yeah, then there's no need for it. It's of no use. Does that make sense? In other words, it's of no use.
I wouldn't say. You see, that's what we have we have for what you just said now, yeah, is that there's some that believe in that, you understand what I mean? And there's some that don't necessarily agree with that.
That's fine. They wouldn't be welcome.
So, I understand, and I'm just saying to you, in order, this is my belief now, I'm telling you, yeah, is that there is a balance. You understand? For me, I don't necessarily believe in having just one power. Because if you have just one
No, it's not one power. It's not one power.
I'm telling you, I know, but I'm just saying.
It's just our.
You're misunderstanding what we're trying to
It's just
do.
our power. At least we have one. You get me? Black power.
Many times I've seen you on YouTube. I'm not trying to interrupt you. All I'm doing is I'm giving you my opinion, and you seem to be like, oh, I don't
understand what we're saying.
I'm not understanding. I'm just putting my input, but you're not allowing me to make my input.
Make your input. I'm just saying to you, I think you're assuming that way that you understand what we're saying.
I'm trying to input into coming to the table and saying to you, listen, in order to make this a balanced movement. That's what I'm saying to you. I'm not saying to you what you're doing as well.
You said to us just a second ago, not having one power. You don't agree with having one power. I don't agree with 100% with what Raven says. Raven doesn't agree with 100% what I said. Alright? What I'm trying to say to you, Pan-Africanism, what we're talking about here, is a body of thought. Do you know what I mean? I might be on this wing, Raven might be on that wing. But both of these wings are for the progression of black people. You know what I mean? So once you leave that wing and you no longer want the progression of black people, you can no longer be involved in this team. Do you know what I mean? This thing.
That's the universal core source. Now remember, in order to make the conversation make more sense, there has to be a reason behind every source. The reason we want black people to have betterment is because for so many years,
You subscribe to that now.
that's it. It's a very honourable cause. But any kind of confusion that makes us not do that, there is no use. There's no value.
No, I hear that. I just think I think on a balance because I don't know. I know.
What's the balance that black
I know the work that you're trying to do, and I get the work that you're trying to do.
do it? There's no trying. The trying is having no tangible steps.
Okay, but you're gonna have to try somehow, but we're not gonna go into defining what you're trying to.
Well, the difference is I can actually break it down. I can break down the step by step of what we should do collectively.
Yeah, but I know.
Yeah, 1 second.
Yeah, so that's what it is.
My name is Captain Scholar.
I think to talk about is that there's other people that might go against. You understand? Because we're coming to a table in order.
Before you finish, does it disrupt black men? Yes or no?
No.
Then they can do it.
I'm trying to explain to you when you come onto a table, in order for a table to be there, even in a household, in a family, your brother's going to say to you, listen, I don't like this. You understand what I mean? Unless you're going to have the other guy that's black, that might not necessarily like it, but he's on the table to tell you
what don't they like? What don't they like?
But yet, he's still on the table.
No. They're right.
Me, you just want people with open minds.
Hey, let's be good conversation. But the fact is, I respect your opinion, but I don't think that's even like a thing to mention. Like, we're going to sit here, he's going to say, let's invest.
We're not going to kiss each other's
ass. Let's invest in pumpkins. We're going to talk about
give an analogy. I'll tell you, like, you see the differences that you have, politically, why there's a problem. You have those that are in the diaspora. You understand? And those are the guys, if I go to Africa now and say, who are the guys that run Africa? Who are the ones that actually make the movement?
Europeans.
No, yeah, Europeans are, but I'm talking about Africans that are living in Africa that are making movements. If you see the large majority have come over here, they've either studied over here and they brought their ideologies over there. So what you lot are talking about, there's one governing thing that will govern, everybody will get it, and Jordan, that's what you're trying to explain to me.
It's more about grassroots community. Yeah. But I can't talk about
that's not what you're talking about. When you were saying, when Ray was saying that if there's a music that goes in America or all over, and there's a certain wave, I'm giving you the same example. I'm giving you the same example going over to Africa. That same wave goes over to Africa in terms of politically. The same example that you've just given about music.
So do you mean like colonization?
Not colonization. You see the idea, how to run a country. You understand? If you see the people that are running Africa everywhere, west, east, south of Africa,
Can I respond to that? Because this is always the case in Africanism always come from since colonization happened, Africanism has always been taken out of Africa. Put to Europe, educate Europe, and then back to Africa.
Ideology is completely different. I'm telling you, a man of Africa, born in Africa, Ethiopia. And if I go back to Ethiopia now,
Ethiopia is different though, man.
Talking over me. If you go shout and just have a monologue, this is a dialogue, bro. It's
the same scenario.
Sierra Leone ain't the same to Ethiopia.
I'm not saying to you it's the same.
Bro, can we be respectful here?
Okay, I apologize.
I don't mind.
You can tell discipline and say, he's interrupted something.
Okay, no worries. You go ahead. I'll listen.
So I'm trying to say to you, I'm doing it. For sure, so Ethiopia was not really good. So your history of Ethiopia is what happened in Nigeria or happened in West Africa.
I know, but that's not what I'm trying to tell you.
What I'm trying to say to you is colonially, in the history of Africa, right? When Nigeria became British Nigeria, Nigerians were sent out of Nigeria, educated in breaking the UK, and then brought back to Nigeria to rule over Nigeria. What I'm trying to say to you historically,
I'm talking about historically, I'm telling you presently.
But it's the same thing.
It's the same thing.
It's happening right now, bro.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying to you.
Let's make it easy. Tell us what you want. Tell us what you want. So you've got a solution of way of being. Describe it.
I'll give you an idea.
What was the idea? Because you said that someone might have a disagreement. And I'm saying, in what we're saying, that's fine.
Okay, so from my perspective, I'm saying you were talking about this journey and you're talking about Islam and the two differences. That's why I came in. That's the only reason because I was here.
Alright, so the Islam question, what he's saying, he was saying that does everyone have to, what we're saying is everyone doesn't have to convert to one religion to do Black Bear and Pan-Africanism. Yeah. That's the answer to that question.
So from my perspective is that if you have two, and I said I came in, I said one point or another, one have to lead another. That's what I said. Yeah?
I'm happy to be led by
One have to
Muslims
lead
and
another.
Jews and whoever if they have black men of course. Yeah? As much as they have Allah, a Jehovah, a Yahweh, as long as you understand that we're coming together for a purpose. It's like this, right? We have to build a house, yeah? Doesn't matter what deity you worship. If the house doesn't get built, we have to build a house.
This is where I came in, and this is where I came in. I said, this guy, he's a Muslim guy, and it's him, African coming in, then the conversation is okay. If there's another guy that's an Islamic guy from another place, then it's a problem.
Wait, that's not. Do you know what Pan-Africanism is? It means Africans only, bro.
So that's what I'm saying. That's how I came in.
So we're talking about the collective black family, right? The indigenous African people, right? Yeah. In the diaspora and in the actual land. Yeah.
I'm asking about one way, if there was African, as a problem, would you mind that it's only black Muslims in Africa, or would you mind that there's other Muslims outside of Africa? Would you mind as a Muslim?
You come here because the mic's there.
Mike's over there, yeah.
It's going to be like...
That's a good question.
Would you mind as a Muslim that if you're sitting on the table, as we're talking about, as a Muslim, that you would only come to this case as a black Muslim, or your other Muslim brothers from elsewhere are not involved? Would you mind in that?
You're talking about the government of Nigeria. Why do you want anyone that's not Nigerian to govern?
It's because he's Muslim.
I asked you a question.
I'll go with the first.
He's going with mine.
So you want Muslims to come into Nigeria?
No, wait.
To govern Nigeria?
No, I never said that. I've asked him as a Muslim man. Listen, you see, this is what I'm saying to you. You're not getting what I'm trying to put into the table. I'm asking him as a Muslim man. He's a black Muslim African. If he's going to be on the table, that was my first point to you.
Yeah, but this is a
Pan-African organization. Let me finish. As you're saying, as the discipline. Would he mind, as a Muslim black man, if there was these other Muslim guys from elsewhere, they're not involved in that? Would you mind in that? Initially, you would.
Alright, cool, fair enough. But that's fair enough. That's his opinion.
Eventually,
But what we're talking about here is a Pan-African movement or ideology or organization that we're talking about, that we are here creating or we're part of. So the key word in that is Pan-Africanism, Africanism. So therefore, he might not mind having Arabs in it. But I'm saying, as Pan-Africanism, as a Pan-African movement, once again, as a Pan-African movement, that there is no need for anyone who's outside of the African barrier to be involved in it. And there will never be a point within anyone outside the African barrier is involved in a Pan-African movement with it being Pan-African. To me, it's evidence in Captain Scarlet.
Captain,
yeah.
Listen, so I'm saying to you, on that table, so this man here was on that table. That was where I was coming from. If he decides to say, as the black African guy, he decides to say, listen, I'm on the table, but I'm still reaching out to my Arab brother that's in Yemen.
You know what a constitution is?
So, hold on.
Constitution.
Hold on. I understand. You see, he just said he has to leave.
Yeah, constitution.
Would you leave?
He has to leave.
It's not to him. It's a constitution.
Let me ask you, because the thing is, I have all the answers to all your questions.
No,
you know what else?
Listen, we're talking. Whether you have the answer or not is not. I'm just making it a broad question.
But that's what Pan-Africanism is.
There's an answer to the question, though.
That's what Pan-Africanism is.
Basically,
it means only Africa builds Africa.
Only black people think this way, you know? And this is why we're collectively inferior, and I'm glad we demonstrate now. You see, here's why. And we must remember this word. Black people are collectively inferior because this is how we process information. If women come together and they say this is a women's group, at no point does women go, what if we want men in it? No, it's a women's group. We understand that. Because we're so collectively inferior, we want everyone in there. We want aliens, we want dolphins, we want crabs.
It's a Pan-African group,
but we don't want black people.
We spent 10 minutes talking about it's a Pan-African group. It's a Pan-African group.
The title is Africans for African, isn't it? As in, this is the answer you hate, isn't it? Yeah? There's a value in self-determination. There's a value in realizing something was done to you that was negative, and you find a solution. Now,
when you find a solution,
everyone is invited.
When you find a solution, that's why I'm just saying that.
Yes.
Because why I'm telling you from different places that I've seen. One, religion. This is what you lot are talking about. Religion is one of the most organized things that is in Africa.
We weren't even talking about religion at first. We were talking about.
When I was at the back there, you were saying why when Big Guy was there.
Yeah, but we were trying to change that.
We were trying to remove away from the religion.
I'm not trying to go into the. I'm just saying to you that's one of.
They will have to leave. It's not even like remember, tangible steps are so good. And what's your name, brother? Rakib. Now, if Rakib wants to join, and after 5 years, he goes, you know what? I want to change to Pan-Africanism to Pan-Perusian or Pan whatever. We go, it's not going to happen, brother. You have to leave, innit? Yeah, it just makes sense. You see, words are important.
I can't come into Islam and change Islam.
I'm not saying you should.
It's just simple.
I'm not saying you should, but this goes back to what I was saying earlier on. There must be a balance. I don't necessarily believe having the Pan-Africanism that everybody thinks of, as you were saying earlier on, everybody thinks.
Let's try it.
It's a ugly thing, but there's going to be a point where this is what I was saying. There's going to be a point. Maybe that is the starting point. But in order to have a balance, in order for you to have a stable something, there must be somebody that must tell you, listen, look, you know what you're doing is alright, but it doesn't agree with me.
Why can't it be an African man to do that though? Why can't it be an African man that tells another African man to do that? So what's the point?
This is the thing. This is what I'm trying to say when I said you misunderstood. Because what I'm trying to say about Pan-Africanism, right? I like to put Pan-Africanism next to Pan-Europeanism, right? So in the EU, whether you have a conservative or a socialist, a Labour, whatever government you have, those people are always interested in improving Europe and uplifting Europe, regardless. I'm saying within Africa, regardless of whether we have a Pan-Africanist who happens to be Muslim, happens to be Christian, as long as they're interested in improving Africa and African people's lives, they could be involved. And should I tell you what? Sometimes we might, I'm a Garveyite Pan-Africanist. Sometimes Garveyites might lose, and it might be some other type of Pan-Africanist is leading the movement. I will still back that movement because it's moving for Pan-Africanism and pushing Pan-Africanism for us. Do you know what I mean? So we're allowed to have disagreements and nuances in our movement. It's not one way of thinking and one leader dictating everything and kicking people out. That's religion. We're not about that.
I'll just say, when you put it on the table, you have to, whoever's going to come on the table, you have to understand it's constructed and it's one of the strongest. So for you to just kick it out or say, no, it's not, because that's, I forgot what his name is, the big guy that was just here. If you kick it out, you can't, it's impossible. You've got like maybe, I don't know, 20%, 30%.
I don't think
he didn't say kick religion now. He just said you keep your religion personal to yourself and don't try and use your religion or tell everybody else in Africa, you have to follow this religion to improve Africa.
If you had to become a Hebrew or a Egyptologist or whatever to be a black Batman or a Pan-Africanist, then it wouldn't work, innit? Anything that is about belief, that means I have to make you believe something that you might not believe. So that means we won't move forward. We'll just fight about belief. And we've seen that. Black people are good at that. We're the best. There's no one better than us at fighting religion. We're perfect. We don't need that because it has to work for God knows how long, right? So that's why we're something new, and that's bring yourself to the table and have your religion in your mind, and be informed by the goodness of your religion. So if you are truly Islamic, then come with respect and honor. Don't come.
I don't mind hearing a quote from the Prophet or whoever it is if it's going to improve us in the situation. Do you know what I mean? But don't be trying to say it and be trying to impose your religion at the same time. Huh? You know what I mean? You agree with that?
I don't agree with imposing religion.
That's it. There you go.
Yeah, it's very simple. It's Africa for Africans.
Yeah, for sure. I believe in that. I just think I do. I believe in.
You're a Pan-Africanist, 100%.
I am. But I think at one point or another, when you do start involving other people, because I know, as I said to you, when you go to different parts of Africa, this is the big part. How are you going to sit in a place where people are just only going spiritually, and you're going to tell him, nah, listen, mate, we're going to go and do black Pan-Africans. He's going to tell you what you're talking about. I've been living his grandparents, his name. Do you understand? Right? How do you change that?
No, I agree with what you're saying. I understand what you're saying. However, it's not necessarily a matter of changing. Like you said, there's the 3 steps, right? But when you look at, for example, Bob Marley sang a song called Zimbabwe, right? Massive Jamaican guy, never been to Zimbabwe in his life, just wrote this song. What happens? The ZANU-PF, who are fighting for their freedom at this time, take this as their national anthem as they're fighting for their freedom. They've taken a Pan-African reggae singer's song to inform their own Pan-Africanism there. So I'm saying there's many nuances across the board where they might have different cultures, but the idea of Pan-Africanism, yeah, for sure, that's kind of take a look.
Who doesn't want to be powerful?
No, exactly. As a
continent, you know what I'm saying?
That's it.
Of course, you want to have your own power, your own say.
Sometimes,
so who's not gonna
I think sometimes they really simplify the answer and they talk about stuff that it's not as rigid as people think.
Yeah, it's not.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You're not going to sweep through Africa and make everyone one way, wearing a suit. And you know what I mean? It's
Never,
not that.
never.
And so this is what we're trying to get. But I think where we actually were originally was colorism.
Yeah.
And somehow we got to Islam. And I don't know.
Yeah.
Can I ask you guys a question? So in terms of the UK, in terms of black people in the UK, what solutions do you see and how some of the many serious challenges underperforming of so many black people, especially black men? What solutions do you see? Because I mean, I'm from Africa, I'm into management. I prefer that we talk about it.
I feel like black schools at the start.
There you go.
Black schools. So black schools.
Dedicated black schools.
Black schools that don't just teach you that you're a slave and only the European history. So the psychological effects on that, I think, affects us a lot as well. Like if you were taught about your actual true heritage, African, it doesn't even matter where in Africa, but people like you were kings and queens, then I believe that the psychological effect could change as well.
Okay.
Now that's a part one.
The subject matter
that's a part one.
Just highlighted. I think it's the wrong way to start. I think you should be thinking in terms of mathematics.
Thank you.
In terms of physics, in terms of chemistry.
Thank you. Remember
Isn't that school?
No, remember I said part one.
Because you mentioned school, that's why.
That's all part of school. Mathematics. I'm saying all of that's a part of school, right?
Can I answer? Because the answer can come together.
Come together. Bring both parts together.
I'll listen to all your answers.
So right now, technically, in schools, if your child goes to school, they should be learning maths, geography, and so forth, right? But they won't be learning the history that this brother's talking about. So what we're saying is, we inform our kids to make sure they learn. Yeah, we have systems going that they value learning. There's a way to do that, right? So there'll be value learning the geography, the maths, and the science, but there'll also be value learning the science and this kind of stuff, right? And that way they're informed. That's like a part one. So again, both best of both worlds. But this brother, what Captain was saying was about community, as in we're divided. So we have to have things that we come together like this, where we talk about the issues and we actually set plans. So things like how to raise a family. I know it seems straightforward, but it isn't, right? You know, the values of how to pick a wife, how to pick a husband, what a man should be doing for a woman and vice versa, you know, how you should be raising your kids. And in that kind of package, we have Saturday schools, and you need to know why maths is important. And then we're going to do things like business, like why is business important? You know, if you're going to work for someone, you're only doing it to learn the skills so you can eventually work for yourself or for your community. You know what I mean? That kind of importance. Yeah, so. But what the challenge we have and what we're trying to overcome, the solution we're looking for, is to make that UK black community. Yeah. Now I am a black betterment builder, right? One is black settlement builder, right? I mean, I'm dedicated to helping black people in all areas of activity, right? So one of my solutions is I'm trying to make technology, as a digital technology, apps that are specialized in unifying black people, meaning that when you get an app, you can find every black person who's on it, and you can do business, self-esteem, and you know what's going on because it's all connected. We connect people digitally, right? That's what I'm saying. So that's what I'm at.
Okay, that's useful.
So does that answer the question?
Well, but that helps. That helps. Yeah. But in terms of, if we're going to talk about schools, where's the funding going to come from, and who's working on that?
I think
who's actually working on that?
You are.
I am working on funding.
You are.
Yeah.
Okay.
Are you black?
Yeah. The funding.
You are.
There are other things that I'm thinking about and yeah. So not necessarily the funding. Yeah, and it's easy to say who you are. You know, that means nobody.
No. So what I'm saying is, right now, if there's an idea, I've got an idea, right? I've now executed my idea. So my idea is no longer in my head. It's in the physical realm. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, if you have an idea, we're only going, who's going to do it? You're going to do it.
Right. Absolutely. And I am.
Thank you.
But I didn't mention schooling.
Yeah, okay,
so I'm saying, so if we're going to talk about schools, then where's the funding going to come from?
Okay, cool.
So here's where it should come from. If we have let's pretend you want to teach maths, history and so forth, right?
Yes.
We have to get a hall. So either we're going to rent out a hall, or someone has the hall already. Yeah. As a teacher, you're going to have a fee. As parents, we want, because we're part of this community, we value what you're teaching, and the fact that we want to have group economics. Therefore, we take our money that we work either in our own business or another business, and we give you our money for you to train our children.
Okay, fine. And there are black people doing that. Lots of them.
Good.
Yeah.
Not enough though.
Yeah, no,
But
they're
to identify them.
yeah, for sure.
promote
I mean,
them.
I can't remember the names now,
Yeah,
but the brother that was here
that's
earlier, there's quite a lot of African Caribbean Saturday schools and supplementary education systems and stuff like that. I think there is a whole network. If you go online or onto Facebook and you just type in Black History or Black Saturday School or Black Supplementary Education, you'll find loads of different groups of people who are working in the area. So really, I think it's about us to connect together, but I think our starting point is why we come down here to Speak School, to get black people together, to actually network and communicate and to find out what people are doing. So when we say we do want to eventually move to schools, why don't we start with Saturday schools? Why don't we say in West, North, East London? Yeah, for sure. But why don't we get Saturday schools in each of these areas that we all as a community start supporting now? One in West London, one in North London. So that way in London, we know everywhere in all areas there's a place where young black people go.
Some black people are doing
For sure.
successfully that others aren't aware of. And so we need websites, we need
Thank you.
That's exactly what
The
you're
web-
saying.
the
A bigger digital presence. And that's
Content over everything.
There you go. And we have to support.
Scatter
We have to-
mind
yeah.
show.
We have to support each other. But not only that, when our children are growing up, recommending things like developing and programming, so they could be the next people to make
Becoming
these
an
kind of
engineer,
programs.
absolutely.
So I think learning history is important, but also there needs to be other stuff like actual
Engineering.
practical skills that you can do day to day that can get you work and actually improve the community connected.
When I said when I said schools, I didn't just mean history at all.
Yeah, for sure.
Like when I say schools, I mean a black school, because even
has
the way
that
you're teaching by white
ethos.
teachers is different to the white children. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The whole psyche behind that. When I say black schools, I mean black teachers.
Yeah,
I
for
agree
sure.
with that. I feel like, and it's I
Sometimes
noticed
white
yeah,
teachers like to be extra harsh on the black kids because they think that's what's necessary.
and I know there's a lot of black people, they discredit black teachers.
I would be very harsh.
Yeah, for sure. But there's a difference.
And there's a reason why.
There's a perception thing there, though, isn't it? Because if you're my black teacher and you're being strict to me, it comes as, across, to some extent, it can come across as that's my uncle being strict to me. Whereas as a young black youth, you've always heard about racism. You go into school and then the teacher's being extra strict on you and not so on to little Johnny or little Philip. Then you're going to take that as something else. Do you know what I mean? So yeah, it's about making sure these things are taught.
The psyche of a black person is not the same to an Eastern European person.
Yeah, sorry. We got.
Okay, so you're talking about your app. You're talking about your app. I mean,
bring the conversation in, bro. He's saying.
So, we're two conversations going on. Do you want to join the conversation, bro?
You guys are saying something.
You're welcome. You're welcome to join.
It's a free conversation.
What about
that's what you say.
Listen, I haven't got anything against any other person. I just feel that right now the black people are at the bottom, and the way that we're gonna get each other up is by helping each other. No one, your race isn't helping our race, is it? Yeah. Exactly. So who's gonna help us except for us?
Absolutely.
So that's why I believe we should have black schools, because I know then genuinely a black person, they don't want to see black people. Well, not all, but the people that want to help.
Yeah. For the ethnic groups, it's not their priorities.
It's not your priority is not the black person. The black person's priority is the black person.
One of the challenges we face is what we're saying has actually been demonstrated in other communities, less so in the black community, right? Yeah. But because black people have been collectively put in a subservient demeanor, whenever we talk, non-black people tend to think that something bad's going down. See, so I tend not to listen at all, right? Because once again, I use harsh words, but black people are collectively inferior, and every time I speak, other people demonstrate. That's why this is how we get empowerment back. Right. So to answer your question about digital,
I was just gonna ask. I was asking you about your app.
Yeah. So here's what it is. Basically, right now I'm using the stages of growth, right? So right now, are we using whatever digital technology is out now to link people, right? But in that networking, the goal is to get. I mean, I'm a designer, I'm a UX, I'm a UI developer, and so forth, right? But I also need other developers. I need other teams. So as I'm going out, I'm getting a network together of people, and then once we got that network of people, then we get funding. Does that make sense? Right now, I'm just
already got an app.
No, but right now, if you've got a number, you can join our WhatsApp group or our Facebook group, and it's 100%. So I won't take it up. But if you're on WhatsApp, you're on WhatsApp, yeah, then you can join it straight away. And right now, once you join it, you're gonna be around 400, 500 black people who are networking on certain themes. So, for example, in WhatsApp, there's different forums, right? So we might have a health forum, a self-esteem forum, a justice forum, economics forum, a literature forum, an education forum, an events forum, and in those particular themes, black people are networking for better. And brother, you qualify automatically. All you need to have is a phone, WhatsApp, and be of African descent. You're laughing, yeah. But the idea is,
are all you guys in the same?
Well, you guys,
I just met these guys.
But like I said, I won't let them go home without at least offering them a chance to join back, right? Yeah. What I'm saying is, this is phase one. The phase two is actually getting the people who know how to come together. Because I'm probably the only black person like in my field that I see. But there's other people, but who are different areas. So
I know quite a few working for top banks.
There you go. Yeah, there you go. So
I choose my field.
There you go. So the idea is to get them together. So my network gets them together. Once we're together, then the phase two is to develop that black dedicated app, right? That has all these functions, like finding someone for economics, finding someone for tutoring, you go to an area, you click the app, and every black person who's trading, you can pick them up. Every number of plumbers or whatever is there. That's the vision. I can't do it on my own because I can only do the front end. I can't do the back end. Yeah, my development program is what it once was. But I don't want to wait for an idea. I have to push it forward. So the first stage is getting people together in whatever technology we have. And it just happens that we've all got WhatsApp, so boom, we use that one. That's what it is. Yeah, so was that the answer to your question? Is that?
Yeah, no, yeah.
So did you have a question? I didn't want to cut you off. Did you have a question?
No, I was just listening to you.
All right. Do you know what we're talking about?
Yeah, I came in, you was talking, you got an app?
Well, yeah. But I think what you came in was the fact that black people trying to organise black schools.
Oh yeah. I was here a bit before that, but I was just talking to him about that. Yeah.
Right. Was that shocking, or did that make sense?
I've heard it before. It made a bit of sense. Yeah. So I've heard these ideas before. It made sense.
What's your opinion on it? Like someone that's not black, I want to hear like honest opinion.
I don't know. To be honest, I've heard of it being spoken of before, but I don't know. I can't really say whether it's going to be a good thing or a bad thing. So
But whenever you get information, right, you have to understand context and you have to understand reasoning. So if someone says they want to do something, there has to be a purpose. So my advice to you is ask that purpose. Like, why? Rather than object, not that you did, I'm just speaking collectively for other people who might, go, well, why do you feel you need to have them? And then there should be a bag of answers to justify the reasoning of why people want to do what they want to do.
Yeah, I understand that. Like, you want to have a black school because you want, like you said, you want only.
I want us to stop stabbing each other.
yeah, that as well. You want.
I want the psychological thing that we're going to be great things, and then in the future we will be great things. But it all starts from somewhere. Do you get what I'm saying? Yeah. If we keep doing what we're doing now, we're not going to get nowhere. So what has to change? You have to think. What has to change?
Yeah, of course. Do you reckon, like I'm saying, for that idea, include not just black kids, but everyone who lives in the estate, basically. Everyone who lives in the estate, everyone who...
I agree. Now, do you know what it is? It's because I don't have somewhere, yeah? It's like every other nation has somewhere that they can call home. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, where is my home? It should be Africa, but it's ruled by the Europeans. It's like, where is my? So it's like my whole thing is I don't mind. I don't even mind leaving Europe. My whole thing is building back Africa.
Just save it
The way we're going to do that
I'll add you to a group. I'll give you a PDF, and you can read what we're about. You can join whichever you want to do.
And help in the country. Do you get what I'm saying?
It's what I'm saying. Like, it's not just the Africans or Caribbeans that go through it. Like they're like,
no,
from
I
Pakistan.
agree with you.
From Pakistan.
But people from Pakistan can do that.
No, go.
That's the problem is they all live in the same area. All these third world country people live in the same areas, go to the same schools. But people stabbing each other.
They're already going to the same schools, though, right?
Yeah.
So they have a school system already.
Yeah.
Right. So if this brother makes a black school on Saturday, then it doesn't affect the Pakistani Islamic community.
It's what I'm saying is like what there really is. Like, let's say the Asians. What the Asians got? Like what Asians, Middle Easterners, Muslim groups. We got.
They're the Arabs. They own everything.
We got mosques. Like so they got mosques, don't they? Mosques, religious schools. Yeah. Besides that, we don't have anything. What you
hold on, family.
You know about the sub-Saharan slave trade and the
No, bro. You see, you're taking it deep.
Because it's like
no. Because I want to go back to Black Bamba. Here's what it is, bro. Where's your background?
Turkish Iranian.
Okay, so if Turkish Iranians or whatever group you identify going for hardship, you will be the change they need. So you're getting jewels here. Black people talking about how we're going to improve ourselves. We allow you to sit down and make notes. With those notes, you're going to benefit the people. That's the best answer.
That's pretty much what I was doing.
There you go. So we don't need to talk about the slave trade.
But to say that you guys have nothing is not lie, bro. The only people that have nothing is black people.
Not nothing. No. As in, you said a good school where they can go learn skills just for them.
Yeah,
what I'm saying is for us, we've got Quran school. That's what we've got.
So they make your own. Like we're trying to do.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's not even a racism thing because all nations are welcome everywhere. But I'm saying, why can't we have something that empowers our people? Why do other people that are not black feel offended by that?
Yeah, I wasn't offended.
I don't think it's offended.
No,
he's saying that he comes from a community where people of his background are doing negative things, and the only thing they have is Islamic schools. Is that right?
Pretty much, in fact. Yeah, and that's not even that big in the Turkish community either.
Well, there you go. But see, you have to. There has to be. If you want to start a kind of thing, you have to have like a word to describe what you want to change, right? Yeah. So if you're saying you either want to change, everyone can come, or the Turkish community, or the Pakistan community, or the Muslim community. Once you identify that, then you have a process. Because right now, it's like this, right? If black people were to come together with non-black people, right, and do something that benefits everyone, at the bottom of that initiative will be black people. Because anytime black people come together with any other people group, we will always suffer the most. This has been proven. So the only solution for that, as far as we can see, is by having dedicated groups. Does that make sense?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. For example, you're Turkish, right?
Yeah.
Have you ever seen racism towards black people from people in your community?
In the community, it's not
I've got Turkish and Kurdish friends. They told me that their family, they'll tell you I'm not racist, but my family.
No, so I'm yes or no?
Yeah, it does happen. Yeah, it does happen. It's not a massive thing. Overall, they get along. Most of them get along. But like you said, back home, their parents who are new to the country.
Now, family. When I talk about Birmingham, I'm not talking about tolerating someone like my mum will never make fun of you to your face. What I'm saying is like the Birmingham we're talking about is actually having networks and work and hiring and marrying and so forth, right? See, the name calling stuff doesn't really bother me personally, right? What I'm saying is we want to have businesses, we want to marry, we want to have second, third generation wealth. Now, if we're not including that with you, then it's of no value to us.
Yeah, of course.
You see? That's what I'm saying. I want. Bro, did you give me one ring? Yeah? I will. Don't forget family. Yeah. Yeah. Good man. Yeah. What I'm saying is, see, for me, that's a true conversation. Yeah. And black people are not having a true conversation. Yeah. And that's why when I start getting there, non-black people stepping back, go, okay. I see what you're saying. I thought you were talking about happy words. I don't talk about it.
This is the EDL.
Right. Go back. So, and you understand?
Yeah. Yeah, so that's literally that, brother. Yeah, the book.
How these people, man, I don't even want to hear about what they got to say, man. Man are following the EDL, fam. What's that about, man? You know what I'm saying? It's like, why not try to empower our people instead of following the EDL?
So wait. So, yeah, brother. So one of the challenges I face when I meet like religious people, right? And I'm not saying one of the challenges I face when I meet religious people, black, right, is, and I'm not saying you're there, you might not be there, but is that concept that they can't necessarily unite with other black people because of their beliefs or faith. Have you felt this way historically, or you feel that way now? Do you feel this way historically, or do you feel this way now? That you can't necessarily unite with black people to a certain extent because of your beliefs?
Like you're Nigerian, like a Christian Nigerian, like, do you feel like you can't connect to them because you're Muslim?
No, I don't think so. But if their belief clashes with my belief, or the implementation of that, then there would be.
And that makes sense. Now, morals is just a normal thing, right? It's like we're not going to come together to make a strip club. Do you know what I mean, right? Because that will compromise all of I would like to think to an extent, right? So I think that's the kind of level I'm at, right? But some people, when they come in, they always think of the negative, low tones and stuff, and they take it there. But one of the things I want to do, and that's why I want to talk to brothers like yourself, is if you ever feel like you cannot unite with other brothers and sisters, I want to know why. Yeah? All right. Yeah? And if religion is the reason, then I need to come up with solutions for that.
I don't think religion is the reason.
Well, I believe it is, because it causes division, doesn't it not? If you've got a Christian and a Muslim, there's going to be some kind of confrontation there.
You know what happens? When it's irrational belief, then there'll be issues.
Yeah, okay.
Now, there are people who claim themselves to be Muslim that will have issues with. Okay. There's people who say they're Christians I may not have issues with. Okay. And it's people who are Christians who I will have issues with. It's about when that irrational belief gets in between that, then we're gonna have issues.
But I believe that, like, as a Muslim, because I don't believe in religion, but as a Muslim, right? Yeah. An irrational belief is saying that God's name is not Allah. As a Christian, if I said God's name is not Allah, you would say that's irrational. Would you not? Because that's the biggest offense, right?
It's not true.
But I'm saying to that Christian, it is true.
No, it's not. No, wait. See, now that's the other part of history of religion. Yeah. Now, Jesus comes from Jesus, who Christians say they believe in. Yeah. His language is Aramaic, and God in Aramaic is Allah. So if they knew the history of their religion,
you don't believe he was Hebrew?
No, Jesus spoke Hebrew, but Aramaic.
Yeah.
And even in Hebrew, it's Elohim, as in Guru of God.
No, Elohim.
But it goes Hebrew, Amharic, then Arabic.
Yes, so exactly. So the point I'm trying to make is that just in that isolated instance, that Allah is God. Well, Allah is Allah.
But I'm saying in the Hebrews believe that his name is Yahweh.
So Allah.
Sorry. Carry on.
Or Allah, as in Elohim or Allah. There's many, but they call him Hashem, Adonai, Allah. So it's Allah. So in the consistency of pronunciation, it's Allah.
Yeah. But I'm saying that
on a broad scope. Because an English Christian will say.
But I'm saying a Hebrew Israelite will say his name is not Allah, it's Yahweh.
But what about Elohim or Allah?
Elohim and Yahweh are two different things in the Bible.
Elohim's a name.
Elohim is referred to as the children of God, it's referred to as the angels, and it's referred to as God.
Okay, now
Yahweh is God's name.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So they don't call him Hashem.
No, they call him Yahweh.
They don't call him Hashem.
Or they call him
The Hebrew Israelites, they don't call him Hashem, but the Israelites call him Hashem.
Content over everything from your man, say it straight. Man, don't listen to BBC. Man, don't listen to ITV. Listen.
It's just gonna go round in circles. I want to hear it.
So basically, the point I was making is that, like,
well, I mean, look, the thing that makes you different from, I think, me and him, so you've made your decision.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Because I think if you follow something here, then you're not going to be like worried about definitions. You know what I'm saying? Or if you believe in something, you know. And the most important thing is that